I realize we have to cover just a little bit more background before we actually start introducing our first quote reliable pattern. We looked at what was consolidation, but we really need to cover continuation and reversal. I'm hoping we'll actually get to our first pattern, but I don't like to make these videos long, so we'll see. Now, looking at the word continuation, something continues. What was before is continuing to be again. Reversal is the opposite. Something that was before, something, it suddenly changes. Here we have another chart, support, trend line, resistance, trend line, support, resistance, support. So how is this a continuation pattern? Let's see if this will help you. That's the general trend for that section, right? That is the general trend for that piece. And that is the general trend for the following piece. By the way, this is called a triangle. It is a continuation pattern because even though there was an interruption, the trend that happened before continues to happen after. Here's yet another chart. Let's draw some lines. So we have a support line and we have a resistance line. Now let's see if this will help you. It was trending in that direction. Now it's trending in that direction. And now it's trending in that direction. This is called a pennant and not a triangle. So it was increasing into the pennant, and then it broke out of the pennant, also increasing, so it is a continuation pattern. If you've been watching some recent videos of mine, you've seen this before. This is a flag pattern. So we have an upward trend followed by an interruption in there, short term usually, and then continuing. So this again is a continuation pattern. I think I'm going to cover one last continuation pattern, and that is this one. So it looks somewhat similar to the flag pattern. The difference is that it's horizontal. So the rectangle part is here. This is a rectangle. There's your rectangle. Whereas a flag is, a rectangle can be longer and typically a lot longer in duration, horizontal. A flag is angled. It's a reversal trending flag. That's why it's a flag, because it's angled as opposed to horizontal like a rectangle. Okay, let's take a look at some reversal patterns. Our first continuation pattern that we put up was the triangle continuation pattern. So I'm going to start with the same one as a reversal pattern. And so we have our trending support line. There's our trending resistance line. There is the immediate resistance of the triangle, and we know this now to be a triangle. Now, if it broke out over the resistance line and kept going this way, that would be continuation. But instead, if it breaks down, that is a reversal pattern. So it's a triangle reversal pattern. It failed. So again, the reversal is if it was trending up, now it's trending down, or if we're looking at some other pattern, it was trending down, now it's trending up. Sorry for the bad drawing. Next, we had covered the pennant continuation pattern. So this is the pennant. There's our support lines, resistance lines. There's our pennant. And again, had it broken out past the resistance, it would have been a continuation pattern. But in the case of failure, it becomes a reversal pattern. Okay, so I do not want to keep drawing, so here are some other patterns, and we should know some of these. So first, let's let's draw a purple circle around continuation patterns that we have already covered. So for example, this one here, that is a bullish flag pattern. I drew that one already. This one would be the same thing, just a bearish. So it's trending down. We have a small, although really they're calling this a flag pattern, but look, well, okay, because it's angled. So, okay, let's go with that. Anyway, it was trending down, the interruption, the flag, and then it continues to trend down. We know the bullish pennant. We just covered that. This would be the opposite, but it's still a continuation pattern, right? It was descending, the pennant still descending. These are very similar, you can see, but let's go over here to the triangle. Actually, okay, so what they're doing here with the triangle is they covered both. They said this thing could go up or down, so, and they didn't draw the starting point. So let's say that it was increasing. We'll do that. Well, okay, let's say that it was increasing into the triangle and it broke up. That would be a continuation pattern. If it was increasing and it broke down, it is a reversal pattern. If it was over here decreasing and broke down, continuation, because it continues from this. If it was decreasing and breaks up, it is a reversal pattern. So I hope you're getting the idea. Here is a reversal rectangle, bearish. Here is, they're calling it a triple top, triple bottom, but you could also say it's a rectangle. Here's a reversal bullish one. We covered the double top. The double top happens to be a reversal. We covered the double bottom. These are past videos. It happens to be a reversal. And there's other ones that we haven't covered, but I think you get the idea now. Okay, now that we know some more, let's try our hand at finding some of these patterns in real stock charts. All right, we're back again at Webull.com. I'm here in paper trading. I've pulled up a stock. Doesn't really matter. You can get your own. And let's see if we can identify some patterns here. So off the bat, I think I see something here. And then, so I would call that a triangle. And it broke up. So we were increasing along here. We went into the triangle. We're still increasing. Here might be one. Another triangle. This one could be almost like a reversal pattern. It was coming in, descending, went into the triangle, came out sort of ascending. Could be a reversal pattern. I think this might be another triangle, perhaps. This isn't really, this is more like a pennant. It is converging. It was descending, but then it went up and right into it. So ascending here, comes down. What else we got here? Looks like another triangle. Triangles obviously are easy to see, right? Let's zoom out, see if we see anything interesting here. You know what? Let's try Apple. Apple, here we go. Okay. Here's what this is definitely a reversal pattern. This was pretty obvious. Let's draw a rectangle right here. Right here. There's your rectangle, ascending into the rectangle, descending out of the rectangle. You might get away with saying this is a flag pattern. It's not rectangular, perhaps. So it's descending, the temporary break in the contrary direction, and then descending again. Here's one. Okay, so we have the pennant is descending to here, and then it goes into the pennant and then descends again. I'm going to stop here, but again, like I've been saying in the past, we're doing this like layers of an onion. I haven't told you yet how to trade these so much, but if you can look at the charts and start identifying patterns, that's the first step. We did a little bit on the candlesticks. Now these that we went into, they're continuation reversal patterns. They're like encompass wide swaths of the chart and not individual or grouped candlesticks. So, but I wanted to zero in or really introduce the idea of continuation and reversal, so then we can now start with our intended goal of doing those reliable candlestick patterns. So I will see you in the next video.